I think back on that time. I think about personally before we evacuated that Sunday, going to church and seeing an elderly couple, the Bynums, who lived around the corner from us, who said, "We're going to stay and ride out the storm." And then afterwards, to find out that this couple in their 80s, elderly, um, perished. They found Ms. Bynum in a tree, attempting to climb out of the waters
Mm.
that had been toppled over, and she drowned. And Mr. Bynum in their home of 50 plus years. I think of them because it was not a natural disaster in New Orleans. It was a man-made disaster. The levee system, we always knew growing up in New Orleans that was our only protection. That if the levee system ever failed, it was the city would fill up like a bathtub. We knew that in the past, to save New Orleans and other parts of the river, they had blown the levees and sacrificed other communities. The Great Flood of 1927, where people died, and that too, a man made disaster. So there was accountability that I think about now. You know, just a few months before Katrina, we had a disaster drill, Hurricane Pam, just weeks before.
Mm.
The local government was given its mission and what they're supposed to do, and the federal government said, "Don't you mobilize anything. We will come in with buses, helicopters, and we will do the evacuation." And when the real test came with Katrina,
Mm.
they abandoned us.
Yeah.
And that's what you saw. That's why you saw people abandoned and all.
Well, yeah.
And then the crime of the greatest crime of the insurance companies that, like my parents, who paid 50 years of premiums, and they received nothing.
Mm.
They were allowed, and all those insurance companies that made billions of dollars over the decades for coverage in Louisiana, abandoned as a great crime. And so, while we reflect on the resilience and our restoration, I also reflect on those who were never held accountable, uh, and um, and and the lives that were lost because of the complacency and the ineptness of the response by the federal government.
Yeah.